fucking ridiculous. Like, work, you stupid fucking thing.
Oh, enough for you. You're too smart. We don't want you to talk. Your words are too good.
You know, I used to be in classes in school at all ages, college and before that, the stupid haters wouldn't want me to talk. They wouldn't want me to speak because, well, for one, my voice sounds better than theirs, and for two, the words that come out are actually meaningful. It's okay, Peach, I'm not mad at you.
Mr.G, teacher, gone IRL streamer. Mr.G, 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 Mr.G. He's your average teacher, gone IRL streamer. Mr.G,
Pizza gotta stand on the chair and dance. I know it's kind of weird. You can join me in the way. You like dancing? I'll make sure you see. Dance with me.
Hi, I'm Mr. G. Welcome to my class. I have to be very still because I got a purring kitten.
I like the outfit, Mom.
I can't see anything. Can you guys see me?
MRSG Mermaid said, "She's such a peach."
He's a peach. You kitty. You don't mind my outfit? What about the hair? You like the hair? You're a purring. I want to be able to see you. You're so pretty.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my class. This is my wonderful little peach with her new little pink collar. Isn't she look pretty?
MRSG Mermaid said, "Hi, Mr. G."
Hey, Mrs. J.
Hey, Lucky. Lucky. Whoa.
Careful, guys.
Said, "You can send Mr. G Moses."
So, Peach and Lucky both have matching pink collars.
37305 Honolulu, Hawaii 9682.
Aloha, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Inauguration Day. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Joe Biden's got to be the most exciting president in history. I mean, what speaks more presidential? Well, than Lucky, the kitty.
Lucky. I was going to show you a little crown today.
No, seriously. Today's Inauguration Day. Joe Biden's inauguration.
You guys are something else.
MRSG Mermaid
And
said, "His speech was one of the worst I've heard. Honestly."
oh, really? There was a speech. I thought that we skipped that. It seemed like it was a pretty unconventional inauguration. Granted, here in Hawaii, it's only 12 o'clock, so the inauguration speech was like at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. So not many people, got up that early. I'm up that early, but I didn't watch it.
The new merch is here. PopChamp, check it out. https://
So, in honor of Joe Biden, the current president of the United States, it was weird. Every day I asked Google, "Hey Google, who's the president?" And he's always like,
Joe Biden.
well, good one, Google. Good timing there. But previously, he was always Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump. Hey, Lucky. But now, today, he says Joe Biden. It doesn't really feel like he's the president. I mean, I was kind of joking about presidential.
Hey, Lucky.
Said, "The thing I'm most excited for is that he'll have an animal in the White House."
Lucky's going to the White House.
So, yeah, that's the only thing about him.
MRSG Mermaid said, "Hi, pretty Lucky."
Hey, Lucky, don't jump on the computer, please. Come on, you guys. Lucky, Peach. I know you guys are the rebel rousers. That means you guys gotta go in the rebel rouser room. Come on. I'm trying to have a class here. Go wake up Keanu. Alright, so in honor of the new president, Biden, imagine Biden in 8 years.
MRSG Mermaid.
Life is hard.
Said. The cats are like Pinky and the Brain.
Which one? Yeah, Pinky and the Brain, yeah. That's fine. They each have matching pink collars now. So, in honor of Joe Biden, I take a swig of 1996 PR wine.
/streamelements.com/mrg_live/tip.
Whew.
Countryman. Said.
Countryman.
There we go.
Welcome to class, countryman. Aloha. No, seriously. Thank you guys for coming to class, Mrs. J, countryman. You guys are great teaching assistants, TAs, basically.
Hi there, countryman.
And I appreciate you guys being here. We're gonna get down to business here. Wait, Lucky. We're gonna get down to business here. Yesterday's I had an extensive lecture on West Virginia.
Hey, MRSJ.
And on Monday, I had a very long lecture on Georgia. So the past 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, we had very extensive lectures. Both of those lectures are available on YouTube, which reminds me, if you're watching this on YouTube, special shout out to anybody watching this on YouTube, especially if you've been to Delaware or you're from Delaware or you just drove through Delaware. Also, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't be a hater, you know. If you're watching this hating, come on, man. There's better ways, more useful ways of spending your time, right? If you're not interested in learning about Delaware, that's fine. But for the people that are, and the people that are interested in learning, and the people that are interested in teaching, we'll continue. And thank you for everybody watching. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like the video. All right, so
I'm here to learn.
Okay, Wiggum. What do I know about Delaware? I've never been to Delaware. The one thing that you hear a lot about Delaware, as far as in the movies and stuff, is Dover Air Force Base, and the capital of Delaware is Dover. Dover Air Force Base. It's in the movie with Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. Anyways, you can't handle the truth. We're not talking about movies. I don't like movies. I hate movies and actors and actresses. But there is one actress that I like that is from Delaware. And her name is Aubrey Plaza, I believe her name is. She's on the board here. Very flattering picture. And I also went ahead and got some shots. There's Aubrey right there, the lovely and beautiful Aubrey. I just think she's just so cool for some reason. Most actresses give off a real fake vibe, but Aubrey Plaza doesn't.
I haven't heard of her.
She's not like a huge actress. She's really anti. She's kind of bohemian and stuff. And then of course we have Mr. Biden here, and all of his wonderful images. I mean, what's more presidential than that? Look at those nose hairs. I mean, those are presidential nose hairs, right?
Stream Elements.
Look at those nose hairs.
The new merch is here, PogChamp. Check it out. HTTPS.
I mean, I never seen nose hairs more presidential than on Joe Biden.
Said. Nice. MRSG Mermaid. Said. LOL presidential nose hairs.
Look at him. I blew up the picture, you know.
I have been to Dover. Nothing much going on down there other than NASCAR. Dover Downs with its concrete banks is easily one of
so
the
yeah,
most famous
I'm all aboard the Biden train. I'm all aboard the Biden train. Woohoo! Biden! No, seriously, guys. I'm turning off the live follow. It's gotten out of control. Or well, I'll turn it down. Okay. Now, where were we? As far as Mr. G goes in Delaware, like I said, Aubrey Plaza's from Delaware, and I like her. Delaware is one of the only states that does not have a sales tax. I think that's really good. When I lived in Oregon and Washington, there wasn't a sales tax in Washington, but there was a sales tax in Oregon. So right there on the Columbia River, so a lot of people would go across the river to get the free sales tax. And then a lot of times when you're shopping at a grocery store or Walmart in that area, they'll ask you, are you from Washington or Oregon? You know, and it's kind of odd, you know, when you're from out of town and you first experience it.
Delaware is way cheaper than New Jersey.
Yeah, Delaware. I had a thing in my hair. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Okay, anyways, Delaware is cheaper than New Jersey. It's one of the smallest states. There's less than 1 million people in Delaware. Despite that, it's one of the most populous states in the United States. And it's one of the original 13 colonies, too. The first state is actually its nickname, Delaware, the first state. The other nickname is Delaware, the first state, and also the Small Wonder. And Delaware, Weird and Wonderful, that was yesterday's state. Weird and Wonderful. I was like, don't they? No, they don't have very many nicknames that I know of. The first state is the main nickname, and they're known as the first state.
Mr.G, Moses, and
they were the first state to ratify the Declaration of Independence. Some industries common in Delaware. Like I said, it's a small state with less than 1 million people, and it has an interesting border with Maryland. Delaware is located majority on a peninsula.
MR_Nicotino.
And hey, Nico. Aloha.
Hello, Mr.G.
Hey, Nico. Welcome to Tech Class. We just started here. We're learning about Delaware today in honor of your favorite president, Joe Biden.
Yes,
and
sir,
yes, that is your favorite president, Nico. Joe Biden is all of our favorite presidents. Joe Biden is the best president ever.
Smiley face.
Okay, so with that being said, what are we talking about? Delaware? What about Delaware? Well, Delaware, the capital is Dover. It's one of the smallest state capitals in the United States.
Yes, Joe Biden is favorite president. How did you know?
I don't know. It's because, well, he's everybody's favorite president. You're not allowed to not like him.
LUL.
If you don't like him, you can be arrested. Joe Biden's number one, and no doubt about it. We should give him 12 years or 20 years as president. And then also we need to change history too, as well. But moving on. So the capital of Delaware is Dover. It's one of the smallest state capitals in the United States.
Face with tears of joy.
It might be the smallest state capital. The population of Dover, is only 37,000. There aren't any small towns in Delaware. It's basically on the East Coast. It's a northeast state, basically, but it's also known as a southern state too. It borders.
That's small.
The Delaware River is the New Jersey border. There's also a border with Pennsylvania. And I talked about the border with Maryland. That goes right down the middle of a peninsula. The majority of Delaware is the second smallest state. The smallest state is Rhode Island.
Super interesting fact considering the borders.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of going off topic here. I'm just throwing out what I know. Oh, yes, the Mason-Dixon line. Exactly. That's a good point, whoever mentioned that. The Mason-Dixon line. Yes. The Mason-Dixon line is also separates the border between Maryland, Pennsylvania. Hold on one second. Maryland, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and West Virginia. Of course, the Mason-Dixon line goes through there. That's an imaginary line, and also there's a line that goes directly down the peninsula that's Maryland and Delaware share, because the majority of Delaware and Maryland are located on this peninsula. I don't know the name of the peninsula off the top of my head, but the name of the line is the Trans-Peninsula Line. We can just ask Google about the name of the Hey Google, what's the name of the peninsula that Maryland and Delaware share?
Delmarva Peninsula.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia, the Delmarva Peninsula, or simply Delmarva, is a large peninsula on the east coast of the United States, occupied by the vast majority of the state of Delaware and parts of the eastern shore regions of Maryland and Virginia.
Yes, I know. That's why I didn't remember it, because that whole area is called Del Mar, hence the name, Delaware and Maryland. If you hear of like Del Mar College, Del Mar High School, that's that whole area, the Del Mar Peninsula. Half of the peninsula is in Delaware, half of it is in Maryland. That's why it's called Del Mar. And that goes back to the 1700s. Delaware is one of the oldest colonized areas in the United States. It used to be part of Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania colony. Before that, it was colonized by the Dutch. The English took it over from the Dutch, as they did the majority of the colonies, including New York and Massachusetts, Rhode Island, what is it? New England, also originally Dutch colonies. Okay, as far as anything else, there was a question. Is there a lot of people, old people in Delaware? It's a very diverse population. It's one of the poorest areas on the East Coast. I don't know if there's a lot of old people. Like I said, it shares a border with West Virginia. I think the Appalachian Trail might go through there. If not, they do have some mountainous areas. But it's one of the smallest states area-wise and population-wise because it's so small. It's the second smallest state. The only state smaller is Rhode Island. There's less than 1 million people in Delaware, but there isn't any small towns. It's one of the crammed up places. I have a graphic that will show you just how crammed it is. And
I think there's much more of an older crowd down in Maryland, like in Ocean City.
yeah, maybe on the beachfront communities, Nico. That's what I hear are the older crowd and the more retirement communities. Actually, Rehoboth Beach, Rehoboth, I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Rehoboth Beach is an awesome beach community, even better than Virginia Beach and a few other beaches. Virginia Beach is in Maryland. We studied that last week. But this beach that they have, it's a tourist beach, so the population of the city is just 1,000 or two. But I have some images that you'll really be impressed with. And since, you know, Delaware does get cold summers, they have free concerts there during the summer, and it's a famous boardwalk that you may have seen in movies and stuff. So that's in Delaware, on the Delaware coastline. So in Maryland, Countryman's right. In Maryland, you will have an older crowd. I believe in the island areas up there, because there's islands all along the East Coast border, along that area. So yeah, like I said, Delaware was one of the original 13 colonies. At that time, they were divided into 3 different colonies: the New England colonies, the Middle colonies, and the Southern colonies.
MR_Nicotino3 said, off topic, did you know I found a kitten in the ditch again? He'll have a picture later. People keep dumping animals. It's not cool.
Oh,
iPad.
well, that's good that you found them.
You can send Mr.G. Moses.
I know. I heard I'm afraid somebody's going to dump some more kitten around here, and I can't, you know, afford to take another one. You know.
Extreme Elements said, the new merch is here.
Okay. Well, I like to talk about universities. Normally, I would put. Isn't Aubrey Plaza so cute? Okay. So normally, I would have a picture of a university on the board.
That's sad at MR_.
But there aren't many universities in Delaware. It's an East Coast town, so there are many universities on the East Coast. But as far as inside Delaware city limits, there aren't many universities. The largest university in Delaware is Wilmington University. It used to be Wilmington College. Wilmington University has a student population, a student enrollment of 29,000. Okay? Now, the population of Wilmington is 70,000. It's the second largest city in Delaware. Can you believe that? No. It's the largest city in Delaware. Yeah, the largest city in Delaware has only 70,000 people. And 30,000 of those people, almost, are students at Wilmington University. So, I mean, Delaware doesn't have any big cities. It doesn't have any small towns. It's weird that it's even a state, all right? And Joe Biden, bless him, he's actually not even from Delaware. He is from Pennsylvania, near the Delaware border, the Mason-Dixon line, as we mentioned. What town in Pennsylvania is he from? He's from Scranton. Little Joey. Joey, you're no better than anyone else and nobody's better than you. You're just a boy from Scranton. Anyways, he's not from Delaware. He just was a politician there because it was easier to be a senator in Delaware, or to be a state senator in Delaware, than it was in Pennsylvania.
Scranton, LOL.
Yeah. So the reason he's even associated with Delaware is because he went there because it was easier. And I guess he was a lifeguard in Delaware, where he had his infamous battle with Corn Pop. Okay, well, Delaware, we'll go ahead and start with the slideshow here in a minute.
Corn Pop.
Yeah, Corn Pop. We should do a class about Corn Pop. So I mentioned the top industries in Delaware. It's agriculture, and then the big Dover Air Force Base. The agriculture that's popular there is poultry. They make a lot of chickens there, and soybeans, and dairy, and corn.
I heard he was a bad dude.
Delaware, it's a very historic, good one, Mrs. J. Yeah, he's a bad dude. It's a very historical place. You know, it was significant in the not only the Civil War but also the Revolutionary War. As far as the Civil War goes, there weren't actually any battles in Delaware. They were spared any major battles, and the base in Delaware, Fort Delaware, it was actually used as a POW camp for captured Confederate soldiers. So they did, play a role in the Civil War. However, there weren't any battles in Delaware, as generally is the case with northern states. The majority of Civil War battles took place in the southern and mid-Atlantic states. Okay, so I hope you guys like. Oh, I didn't mention DuPont. One thing that Delaware is known for is chemicals, and this was by Charles DuPont. No. Pierre DuPont. Pierre DuPont was around in the late 1800s, and he was the first man to develop plastic and other chemicals that could be developed into goods for people. So that's one thing that Delaware is known for, is the farming of DuPont. Like I said, Joe Biden was a Delaware state senator for many years. And one of their most famous actresses is the lovely Aubrey. Aubrey, whatever her name is. If you're watching, Aubrey, I like you.
That's it.
Okay, even though I don't remember your last name, but I'd watch a movie if you were in it.
https://streamelements.com/mrg_live/tip.
Okay.
Stream Elements.
So we're gonna go and start with the slideshow. Do we have any questions?
https://merch.streamelements.com/.
Did I talk about Delaware? The Delaware River is the border with New Jersey. The Mason-Dixon line is the border with Pennsylvania, Maryland, and West Virginia. And the line with Maryland that goes directly through it is the Trans-Peninsula line. The name of the peninsula is the, the Maryland-Delaware Peninsula, the Delmarva Peninsula. And so if you're wondering where that name comes from, Delmar, it comes from that peninsula. Okay, so let's start the slideshow, and we'll go ahead and we'll learn some fun facts, and then we'll look at some delicious foods in Delaware. I don't know if you guys ate today, but I haven't eaten today, and I'm looking forward to the food section. All right, so we'll start off with the state flag. The state flag, the colors are actually based on George Washington's uniform. The
the ox on the front, that symbolizes animal husbandry. And it has a buff diamond, a yellow buff diamond. There's two characters, two men on the flag. One is a farmer, and the other one is a militia man. Those were citizen soldiers during the Revolutionary War. Unlike any other flag that we've studied, this flag, like I said, it pays an ode to the importance of citizen soldiers during the Revolutionary War. Now, excuse me, militiamen, it's something that would seem absurd in modern times, that you would have a civilian army made up of farmers and miners and with their own guns and their own weapons protecting liberty and fighting the British. But that's exactly what the Revolutionary War was. And looking back, at how insurrectionists are treated now, it's different now. Things are different now. Moving on, we cannot talk about that too much in depth. So I'll quickly change the subject with the state bird of Delaware, which is the Delaware state bird, which is the Delaware blue hen. Not many state birds, have blue hens, right? All right, we talked about the population of Delaware. It's a very, very populated state.
Said, a hen, interesting choice.
So, in the bluer areas near the, you can see as near the coastline, you actually have less population in Delaware. And you see the long line on the side there. That's actually Maryland over there on the left side of that. It's not really a good picture, so we'll go ahead and find something else. So that's just some interesting facts about Delaware. It was admitted to the Union. It's December 7th, 1787, the very first state. The income tax is really low. Dover is the capital. There are 3 counties in the state of Delaware. That's it. It's tiny. The motto, like I said, I always say it's different from the nickname. The motto is liberty and independence. The total land area of Delaware is only 1,949 square miles. That's actually smaller than the city of San Antonio, Texas. Delaware, like I said, it's the second smallest state. It's got 0% sales tax. One of its nicknames is the Diamond State. It's also known as the Small Wonder and the First State. Delaware has the 46th largest population in the U.S., so there's less than 1 million people approximately. And like we said, Delaware was the very first state to join the United States. So some more fun facts. I told you about that beach town, Rehoboth Beach. There's a good picture of it. It's famous for its beaches, including Rehoboth is the most famous beach. Some more facts about Delaware. It's the smallest of the 50th square states, the first to ratify the Constitution. And Delaware is considered a tax haven, as Delaware does not charge any state tax, corporate income tax, or value-added taxes. I think Hawaii has all 3 of those taxes. Now, as far as taxes go, Delaware is one of the very few states in the United States that doesn't have sales tax. As you can see on the map here, Rhode Island, well, look, Rhode Island does have sales tax, but Washington doesn't have sales tax, Alaska, Montana, and looks like another state. Is that New Hampshire over there? I don't know. But yeah, very few states actually do not have sales tax. So, a couple other things about Delaware. Delaware, more than half of the Fortune 500 companies are incorporated in Delaware. Why do you think that is, class? Well, it's a tax haven, like we learned. So many companies, they will become corporations in the state of Delaware because of their low taxes. It's tax-free shopping as well, no income tax. And Delaware is one of the very few states that has less than 1 million people. So a little bit about that beach. The beaches there. So two of the famous beaches there is Lewes Beach and Rehoboth Beach.
I wouldn't have thought they'd have low taxes.
They're right near the Chesapeake Bay, and right at the tip of the beach is Fort Miles. Fort Miles is a famous Revolutionary War site that's has a lot of visitors every year. Another popular site in the state capital is First State Heritage Park. First State Heritage Park is a famous park for their living history museums. That's where you have ancient people and ancient towns, and they dress up in colonial clothes, and they speak with a dialect, an ancient dialect. Let's see what Google says about it. Hey Google, Volume 10. Hey Google, what is First State Heritage Park in Dover, Delaware?
Country map.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. First State Heritage Park is Delaware's first urban park without boundaries, linking historic and cultural sites in Dover, Delaware, the city that has been the seat of state government since 1777. It is a partnership of state and city agencies under the leadership of Delaware State Parks.
Thank you. Okay, I told you about Rehoboth Beach, so we'll go and look at that. Let's see if, I'm not pronouncing it correctly, I know, but let's see if Google knows anything about it. Hey Google, what is Rehoboth Beach in Delaware?
Here is some information about Rehoboth Beach. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware is an Atlantic coast town. Fronting the beach is a boardwalk lined with restaurants, shops, hotels, and amusements. In summer, the Rehoboth Beach Bandstand presents free concerts. The Rehoboth Beach Museum explores the town's history with yearbooks and vintage postcards. To the north, Cape Henlopen State Park has dunes and an observation tower from 1941, when the park was a military base.
Very nice though.
Okay, interesting. So I spoke about Dover Air Force Base. That's actually one of the largest employers in the state of Delaware. It's one of the largest Air Force bases in the world. Let's see if what Google will tell us about it. Hey Google, tell me about Dover Air Force Base.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Dover Air Force Base, or Dover AFB, is a United States Air Force base under the operational control of the Air Mobility Command, located 2 miles southeast of the city of Dover, Delaware. 436th AW is the host wing and run the busiest and largest air freight terminal in the Department of Defense.
Interesting. So I wanted to talk about the we spoke about the Trans-Peninsula Line and the Delmarva Peninsula. Let's see if Google knows about that. Hey Google, what is the Trans-Peninsula Line?
According to Wikipedia, the Transpeninsular Line is a surveyed line, the eastern half of which forms the north-south border between Delaware and Maryland. The border turns roughly north from the midpoint of the line towards the 12-mile circle, which forms much of the remainder of the Delaware land border.
Oh, okay, interesting. And what is the Mason-Dixon line, Google? Hey Google, what is the Mason-Dixon line?
According to Wikipedia, the Mason-Dixon Line, also called the Mason and Dixon Line or Masons and Dixons Line, is a demarcation line between 4 U.S. states, forming part of the borders of Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, and West Virginia.
Interesting.
So,
those are some interesting graphs and fun facts about Delaware. We actually didn't go over the Delaware state flower, which is a peach blossom, and a few other things. But I just wanted to stop here just to let you know that I appreciate you guys coming to class, and I appreciate everybody watching on YouTube. If you're enjoying learning about Delaware, like the video and subscribe. Also, if you want to know more about me, your teacher, My website's on the screen right here. It's gxnetwork.live, and it has my resume and a little bit more about me, my background, and my education. So we'll continue with the presentation. We're coming up on foods of Delaware. I do want to show you the state flower, which is a very beautiful flower, a peach blossom. So we'll show you that. This right here is a peach blossom, and it is the state flower of Delaware.
Delaware has a huge mall, but it sucks.
Interesting. I didn't know that. So there is a huge mall about Delaware. We're also going to learn about some things that were invented in Delaware. It's a new segment that we're doing. So this is the Delaware state bird, which is the blue hen, with the Delaware state flower, which is the peach blossom. Now, like I said, Delaware is known for inventions. DuPont was the first to invent chemicals. DuPont, Vassar, is that in Delaware? Oh, mascot of their state college? Hey Google, what is the mascot of the Delaware State College?
The mascot of Delaware State University is Hornet.
Okay, the Hornet is the mascot of the Delaware State University. So, continuing on, some fun things that were invented in Delaware. Like I said, DuPont started in Delaware. They were the first to use chemicals. Something else that was invented in Delaware, paint was first used and invented in Delaware. Another invention that came from Delaware, Tang. That's what the astronauts drink, from what I hear. Tang was invented in Delaware. Something else invented in Delaware, shake and bake. Where would we be without shake and bake? It was invented in Delaware. Also, another product invented in Delaware, Crystal Light. Crystal Light, everybody's favorite light fruit drink, invented in Delaware. You gotta have feminine products. Where were they invented? Delaware. Delaware is where feminine products were invented. What else was invented in Delaware, Mr. G? Well, Jell-O. Jell-O was invented in Delaware. Anything else? Yeah, a couple other things. Well, what else, Mr. G? Spacesuits. The space suit was invented in Delaware, believe it or not. Something else, last thing invented in Delaware is Teflon. Teflon, the coating that helps us cook and fry our delicious eggs and bacon and anything else that we eat, was invented in Delaware. Where'd they get the name Delaware from? Well, Delaware refers both to the state and Native American tribe that once lived there. It was also named after a baron called Delaware. Interesting. So it has two origins of the name. All right, so that's about as much fun facts that we're going to have about Delaware. Briefly, Dover, the capital of Delaware, was the county seat all the way in 1680. William Penn, who was the founder of Pennsylvania, in 1683 ordered town site laid out and named Dover, plotted in 1717. So, Delaware was actually part of Pennsylvania colony. So that's why, the United States, this was before the United States was a country. Temporarily the capital in 1777 of Pennsylvania, and permanent capital, of Delaware, since 1779. Federal Constitution was ratified here in Dover, Delaware, the very first place it was ratified. The state constitutional conventions were held in 1791 and in 1792 in Delaware. All right, so hope you guys are enjoying about the stream about Delaware here. Earlier I put on my website, gxnetwork.live. This is the classroom's Instagram. So if you want updates on what class is coming next, tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to learn about New Jersey. And on Friday, we're going to learn about New York. But if you want to learn about that, follow this Instagram here. I have my own Instagram at Gregory Joseph Brandt. But this Instagram is made specifically for the class. Hey, Detroit, Michigan.
Hello, Mr.G.
Aloha. I haven't done Michigan yet. It's coming up in a couple weeks, though.
Check out Mr.G's classroom Insta.
Thank you. So yeah, check out my classroom Instagram and welcome Detroit, Michigan. You're just in time for the food section. I'm hungry right now. That's why I'm not drinking wine.
MRSG Mermaid. Hi there at Detroit, Michigan. Smiley face.
So now is the favorite part of the show, the class, where we learn about what favorite foods come from Delaware. And they're known to have quite interesting foods. First off, we're going to go with the Bobby sandwich. Now, the Bobby sandwich, if it looks familiar, it might. You probably have had a rendition of this sandwich. It includes roasted turkey, stuffing, and cranberry sauce. Yes, it's like a Thanksgiving sandwich, except they have a specific name for it. Exactly. Hey, Bella.
Hey, Mr.G.
Aloha, Bella. How are you? I hope you're enjoying. Welcome to the class, Bella. So, continuing with some favorite foods of Delaware.
Hi there at Bellas_Smiles.
We have chicken and slippery dumplings. So, this is not just chicken and dumplings, dumplings. This is chicken and slippery dumplings. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really know the difference between chicken and dumplings and slippery dumplings. So let's see if Google knows. I don't think Google would know that slight difference either. Hey, Google, what are slippery dumplings?
Bellas_Smiles.
On the website thefooddictator.com, they say, a true Delaware dumpling shouldn't be confused with Southern-style drop dumplings. Delaware's slippery dumplings are large rectangles, cut from dough rolled as thinly as possible, and have a sleek, noodle-like consistency. This is the TFD version of a classic and deservedly worthy family recipe.
Wow, can you believe that? A state that small has their own dumplings. I gotta hear that again. Hey, Google, can you repeat that?
Sure. On the website thefooddictator.com, they say, a true Delaware dumpling shouldn't be confused with Southern-style drop dumplings. Delaware's slippery dumplings are large rectangles, cut from dough rolled as thinly as possible, and have a sleek, noodle-like consistency. This is the TFD version of a classic and deservedly worthy family recipe.
Wow, interesting. Thank you, Google. Thank you. That was good. Continuing on, another famous food from Delaware is, well, Grotto Pizza. Now, this is another thing. I don't really know what this is. It looks good, but I don't know what this is. Hey, Google, what is Grotto Pizza?
According to Wikipedia, Grotto Pizza is a chain of restaurants that sell pizza and other Italian-American dishes, primarily located in the U.S. state of Delaware with a few locations in Maryland and Pennsylvania. The chain originated in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware in 1960 and has since expanded across the state of Delaware.
Oh, okay, so it's a chain in Delaware, and I guess one of their signature styles pizza is that. That looks pretty good. I really like a good sauce on my pizza. All right, continuing on. Another famous food from Delaware is the, also in Maryland, blue claw crabs. Oh, I guess these are different. These are blue claw crabs. These aren't blue crabs. Hey, Google, what is a blue claw crab?
On the website nwf.org, they say, also known as the Chesapeake blue crab or the Atlantic blue crab, these crabs are strong swimmers, largely due to their fifth pair of legs, which are shaped like paddles. They are striking to spot with their often bright blue claws and olive-colored carapace.
Hey, Cody, aloha. Hope you had a good day today. Next up, we have fries with vinegar. That sounds delicious. I love salt and vinegar potato chips. I've never had vinegar French fries. Hey Google, what are fries with vinegar?
Sure, I've got a recipe called Vinegar French Fries from Cooking Channel TV. This recipe serves 4 to 6 and takes about 1 hour and 35 minutes to make. Does that sound good?
No, just be quiet, please, Google. Something else that is popular in Delaware is Scrapple. Now, I thought Scrapple was a board game, but apparently it's also a meat product made with cornmeal that's popular in Delaware. Let's see what Google says. Hey Google, what is Scrapple?
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Scrapple, also known by the Pennsylvania Dutch name panhaas or panrabbit, is traditionally a mush of pork scraps and trimmings combined with cornmeal and wheat flour, often buckwheat flour, and spices.
Hey Google, repeat that?
Sure. Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Scrapple, also known by the Pennsylvania Dutch name panhaas or panrabbit, is traditionally a mush of pork scraps and trimmings combined with cornmeal and wheat flour, often buckwheat flour, and spices.
So, there you have it, class. Scrapple. It's not just a board game. It's a weird-ass meat. Something else that Georgia is known for, Delaware is known for, just like everywhere apparently, is fried chicken. What state makes the fried chicken? Apparently every state makes fried chicken. Also, something that Delaware is known for, they're known for their summer peaches. It's a little too chilly up in Delaware during the spring for spring peaches, but during the summertime they're known to have really good summer peaches. Also, you know, the flower is the peach blossom, right? All right, another popular item in Delaware is Italian water ice.
Peaches.
Peaches. Delaware is known for their Italian water ice. What they're also known for, as far as beverages go, is a special kind of IPA, Indian Pale Ale, named Dogfish Head. Dogfish Head is one of the most popular Indian Pale Ales, and it originates in and is made in Delaware. Another popular food in Delaware, another popular condiment is Tatanka hot sauce. Tatanka hot sauce is made and originated in Delaware. Something else that's very popular in Delaware and popular with our President Biden, ice cream. You know, you always see Joe Biden coming out of an ice cream shop. There's actually stories behind that. This is the ice cream shop that you've seen Joe Biden come out licking an ice cream cone, and the media is like, what kind of flavor did you get, Joe? Because Delaware is known for their ice cream. They're also known to have very outrageous flavors, like booger flavored, which is pistachio with caramel drippings, or devil's cake ice cream, stuff like that. So they're known to have different original type flavors, and that's why, you know, the media was asking him what flavor he got. Another common food is in Delaware is the Nico Boil, and the Nico Boil looks like a pizza pocket. I don't really know too much about this. Hey Google, what is the Nico Boil?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Hey Google, what is the Delaware Nico Boil food?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Google, what is a Nico Boil?
I understood. What is a nickel boil? Is that right?
Yes.
On the website nuclear-power.net, they say, boiling point of nickel is 2,913 degrees Celsius.
Okay, that's enough, Google. Be quiet, please. Carrying on, I don't know what a Nico Boil is, but I do know what roadside chicken is, because this is also popular in Hawaii, and it's popular in Texas as well. They set up these roadside chicken stands, these rotisserie chickens. That's what I'm going to eat right after here. I have a rotisserie chicken I got from Costco, and me and CATs are going to have that for lunch with a salad. I'll have a chicken salad lunch. But anyways, roadside chicken barbecue is... Who would? Mr. Nicotino would, maybe. So, roadside chicken. Let's see if there's maybe one more food product. Oh no, the Nego boil was the last one. So, roadside chicken. That's something that's, I'm going to be eating some rotisserie chicken for lunch here. But yeah, those are some famous foods from Delaware. It seems like every state has their own variety of diet, and you could think like, oh, if I was there, I wouldn't eat that. But, you know, you'd be surprised. I've lived in Hawaii for 10 years, and before I moved to Hawaii, I wouldn't eat sushi, I wouldn't eat Spam, and I wasn't that fond of rice. Since I've lived in Hawaii, I eat musubi, Spam. I like Spam. You know, low sodium Spam is my preference because it's so salty to begin with. But also sushi is one of my favorite dishes, and that's because it's so popular here. So, you know, don't knock it till you try it, they say. And every state has a different cuisine, and a lot of times that might be the only thing that's available. So, and that includes if you're traveling in another country too. Even as simple as going to a grocery store in another country.
I usually make quick chicken and dumplings with rotisserie chicken. Just need a can of broth, flour, baking powder.
Oh, really? I might try to make dumplings. I have those ingredients. I've never made dumplings, though. It could be a lot of culture shock. I was thinking about my friend Dylan. He was from England. I'm not friends with him anymore. This was about 8 years ago in Hawaii. And he was here, and I had him go into the grocery store to get some cat food. And he said he walked in there and he just saw all the foreign brands, because apparently they have all different kinds of cat food in England than they do in the United States. And he didn't know what to get. You know, he gets like the wrong thing. I was like, you know, get Fancy Feast, you know.
Dumplings are easy.
And he wasn't... I might try to make some dumplings.
Or something like that.
For lunch. But it'd probably be easier. I'm so hungry right now, I'm just going to eat the salad. I will make maybe dumplings for dinner or something. But yeah, we went over the peach blossom is the state flower. The state tree is the American holly. And the state bird is the blue hen, which is interesting. Also, you know, blue crabs are popular there. We mentioned, you know, some famous inventions from Delaware. One thing we haven't gone over is famous people from Delaware. We went over, you know, Joe Biden being a Delaware senator, and Audrey here being a famous actress from Delaware. But also, there are a few other famous celebrities, and, you know, we'll go over those real quick. We talked about Aubrey Plaza. One of Mr.G's favorite actresses is from there.
Dumplings are very easy to make, can't really mess them up, and they taste good and are filling.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to make an attempt. We've talked about Aubrey Plaza. Joe Biden, today's his big day. I guess you could say today's the biggest day of Joe Biden's life.
I've got hairy legs.
This is actually from him giving a speech to Delaware.
Stream elements.
Yesterday. This photo was taken yesterday. Joe Biden gave a speech. It wasn't the corn pop speech. It was a different one. To the people of Delaware, and he got teared up, apparently. Somebody else that's famous from Delaware is, you may know her from the movie Meet the Parents with that, you know, unattractive guy, you know, nepotism guy, Ben Stiller, I guess. Terry Polo is from the state of Delaware. So, you know, it's not like I choose actors and actresses, but they're just, you know, commonly from there. Somebody else that's from Delaware is Ryan Phillippe. Ryan Phillippe is from Delaware, the great state of Delaware, born and raised. Another person you may know from Delaware is...
Do you think Hunter is having a special celebration today?
I was going to put Hunter on here, but then I was like, Well, it actually wouldn't let me save his picture for some reason. Every time I tried to put his picture on here, it would crash. But anyways, Valerie Bertinelli is from Delaware. Delaware, like I said, it's less than 1 million people. So, you know, a lot of other states we went over, they don't have as many people. Somebody else from Delaware, George Thorogood. He drinks alone. He's not really a type of artist that would be popular in the current climate, I guess. You know, he's too politically incorrect, I would say. Somebody else that's from Delaware, you may know him as famous 80s actor. Yikes, Judge Reinhold. Judge Reinhold, I always picture him working at a fast food restaurant, you know, in Fast Times of Ridgemont High, but wow, apparently he is very old. Hey Google, how old is Judge Reinhold?
63 years old.
Well, I guess he looks good for 63. Life is hard, man. I need aliens. We need aliens to come down and make everybody young. All right, so, and lastly, famous person from Delaware is Pierre Dupont. And he was the first person to initiate chemicals in far as making plastic products and household essentials. He was on the board of DuPont up into the 1940s when he passed away due to old age.
https://sfreemelements.com/mrg_live/tip.
So, those are famous people from Delaware. Wow, wasn't that exciting? Maybe not, okay? I think I'm going to eat some food and play some game with my steering wheel and stuff like that. And I'll do that here on Twitch too. Thank you all for coming to class today. I know I kind of lost it yesterday. Normally I don't ever watch any other streamers, especially anybody that's toxic or that's disgusting or mean or gives me a bad vibe. But I did for a minute yesterday. I was like, oh, I'll just turn it on for a minute. And then it totally changed my mood. It totally, like, I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, watching the fake viewers, the fake donations. And it just like put me into a bad mood. And I vented on my Discord. And I just went off on Discord, just blah, 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 blah. If you want to join my Discord, you're welcome to. But that is a place where you might catch me venting. Festivus is one of my favorite holidays because you get to air your grievances.
Judge Reinhold is getting ready for Ridgemont High's 50th year reunion.
That's a good one. That's a good one. What, he was 60 something, it'd be about 50 years, right? Time flies. But yeah, I'm in a better mood today because I'm not going to check on what any of those jerks are doing. And just realize we're building something really good and honest here. And they can't take away that. They can't take away my industrialness. They can't take away my resilience, my ability to fall down and get right back up and dust myself off. And if their main goal is to get me to not create content, to get me not to teach, then their priorities are in the wrong place. And God will put them in check sooner or later, right?
Said, for a good time and to see Mr. G's grievances, join the Discord.
Yeah, Festivus is my favorite holiday because there's a poll and you get to air your grievances. I guess nothing else about Delaware that I can think of. Like I said, I'm in a much better mood today, doing my own thing. If you're watching this on YouTube and you know something about Delaware, leave a comment. Also, thank you everybody. Special thanks to Mrs. J and Cody and Countryman as well. Once we have more students in this class, and we will have more students in this class, I am a great teacher, thank you. And this is really great content. We're broadcasting with studio lights in my home studio, 1080p, and you have a really talented, awesome teacher teaching you guys Monday through Friday. So I hope to see all of you here tomorrow. We'll end it with the Delaware State Song, as we usually do. We end it with the state song. And I'm in a good mood today, so I think I'll probably do some gaming here on Twitch later. Thanks again, and like I said, special shout out to Bella. Thank you.
Glad I caught your lesson.
Thank you, Bella. I'm really appreciate you being here too. All of these VODs are re-uploaded on YouTube on a playlist called U.S. States with Mr. G. So if you're interested in your own state, you can find that on YouTube. And once again, we're building something really special here. All of the real ones here, you guys are always going to be welcome to talk and communicate in class. You're not going to have to donate to do that. But once we do have more students in here, I will tweak it so only you guys can speak. And others, they have to get to that point. So thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys later. Tomorrow we have a wonderful class on New Jersey. A special shout out to Detroit, Michigan for coming by. And Muzza and Wyatt and Maze Jordan. I hope all of you guys are okay too. Tomorrow's New Jersey. Hopefully New Jersey SKF stops by. Wherever you're at, I hope you're well. I shouldn't get on people. Like, I've met a lot of people and made a lot of connections doing this. And, not everybody can come to every class every day. And so I shouldn't expect them to. But a lot of people, it's the golden rule. If you do me right, I won't do you wrong. And vice versa. So thanks for that. And we're building something real here, legit here. There's no fake viewers here. There's no fake donations. There's no fake bullshit. And we're not just talking out of our ass trying to get you to give me money, right? No, we're actually doing something here. We're being productive. We're being constructive. We're learning. So you should be proud of yourself for attending this class. A lot of times you'll watch something on YouTube or Twitch and 2 hours will go by and you're like, what the freak did I just watch Logan Paul for 2 hours? Or what the freak did I watch that guy for 2 hours sitting in front of his computer? But you won't feel that way watching me. After this hour class here, you'll be like, wow, today I learned a lot about Delaware. So tonight at the dinner table or tomorrow at the water cooler, when somebody's yabbing about Joe Biden, I can say, hey, you know what the Delaware state flower is? And they could be like, no. Then you, it's the peace blossom. Maybe not like that. I don't encourage slapping anybody. But if you attend this class, you'll learn a lot more than you will if you watch somebody jacking off on a video game for an hour or so, right? So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the Delaware State song. I haven't heard it myself. Hopefully there's no curse words. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Avenue, PO Box 37305, Honolulu, Hawaii 96823.
Don't forget to tell your friends and anybody, looking for online education. This is where to go. You'll have a fun time and a fun education. So this is the Delaware State song. Everybody have a good day. Tomorrow is New Jersey Thursday.
Oh, the hills of dear Newcastle and the smiling vales between, when the corn is all in tassel and the meadowlands are green, where the cattle crop the clover and its breath is in the air, while the sun is shining over our beloved Delaware. Oh, our Delaware, our beloved Delaware, for the sun is shining over our beloved Delaware.
Check it out. https://https://mrg_live.
Here's a loyal sun that pledges faith to good old Delaware, where the wheat fields break and billow in the peaceful land of Kent, where the toiler seeks his pillow with the blessings of content, where the blue that tints the peaches, cheeks of merry maidens share, and the woodland chorus preaches a rejoicing Delaware. Oh, our Delaware, our beloved fate to good old Delaware. Here's the loyal son that pledges fate to good old Delaware.
All right, everybody, have a good night. Give it up for Delaware. No, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Extreme elements. https://